Everybody, I bought a new jointer. This is an 8-inch with the spiral cutter head, indexable cutter head, whatever you want to call it. I got the Steelex st1011 76.5-inch beds, 3 horsepower motor. I bought this, well, it's first off, so I got this in my shop from my driveway all by myself. I had this cool dolly thing and I tossed it on there, strapped it down, held it up in here with my lawnmower. Otherwise it would have been quite a challenge. 2 people can definitely carry this, you know, this around by itself. It's only 500 pounds. I mean, I'm able to pick up half of it, 3/4 of it up off the ground to get the dolly under there and move it around just fine. It's just long. So I'm at the point now, I started assembling. I took everything out. I got everything up here on the bench. I started assembling the base, got the wheel on and stuff, and it got everything unpacked. That's about as far as I can go until I get someone to help me put the top on here. I mean, I could rig something up so that, you know, up here, like I did before, you know, I hoist my lawnmower up on here with the come along, and I got 2 other ones. There's one there that we used to pull a lawnmower engine. We used to pull a car engine out and do a engine swap in here, and that worked out pretty well. But I don't feel like rigging anything up and hoisting this up and setting it down and, you know, doing all that. So I'm just gonna wait a day till I have some help. One person, we can lift it up here in a couple minutes, no problem. The crate's pretty flimsy. I mean, I've never had anything, never bought any new equipment before. This is my first brand new piece of machinery. I bought everything used, so I don't know if this is the standard way it comes or not. So that's at the point where I am now. I'll make another clip here and edit everything together once I get everything. Oh, look, a dog. There's my new pellet stove. Once I get everything top on there, I'll do another video halfway through, you know, putting the fence on, you know. Alright guys, so here I am. Got the top on, got the top bolted down, and then realized, oh shit, in the instructions they forgot to put the first 2 steps. So the first 2 steps in the instruction book are not there. I love it. Gotta love it. So the motor came mounted up here where you see this bolt, and then there's another hole over there. The bolt got pushed up in here. I can't get to it now. What happened was, no, it didn't say any instructions. I didn't realize the motor went here. You know, I just freaking opened it up and I'm all excited to start putting it together, follow the instructions. Guess that's why you don't follow the instructions. Also the pedestal switch was in here. I also didn't realize that, just because I wanted to get the thing put together. So I got the top on, got the top bolted on, following the steps, as the steps say, and then it says like step 4 whatever, step 7, whatever it is, I don't know. It says to loosen these bolts and stuff and put your V-belt on. I'm like, well, the motor's up here, so I realized, oh shit, the motor goes down here, and so 2 of my motor mount bolts are up here. I can't get them out, and I'm not taking the top back off. So I got 2 bolts that I'm going to use to mount that in there. Now let me show you what I'm talking about here in the instruction book. So here's step 1, put the wheel on. Step 2, bolt the wheel on. You know, step 3, blah blah blah. Use caution, flipping the thing over. Step 4, step 5, 6, and you know, bolt the top on. Step 7, do the motor. Nowhere in any of the steps does it say to take the motor off from the mounted, where it was mounted when it came from the manufacturer, and then mount it there. Nowhere does it say that anywhere here on any of the steps, nor does it say it anywhere else. So, you know, it would be nice if step 1 and 2 were take pedestal out, remove motor, put the motor in the proper space, proceed with step 3 by putting the wheel on, you know, 4, flipping the thing over. But no, like I said, I've never bought anything like this before, brand new. I always buy it used, so I've never had to assemble one. I do recommend getting some gloves, because the grease that they put all over this isn't just on the top. It gets all on the sides, and as you saw underneath, it gets all underneath here where you have to do your adjustments for parallelogram beds. It gets all over everything basically. So gloves. Also, all of the hardware is covered in the same grease, so anything you touch you're going to get grease all over your hands. So I just put gloves on. It's a lot easier. I don't know if any of these other parts are covered in grease. I assume the fence is going to be covered in grease because it's also cast iron. I don't know. This doesn't appear to be covered in any grease, but anyway, so that's my experience. So if you get one of these jointers, I don't know if the Grizzly comes the same or not. I assume it does because they're essentially the same exact thing. Same motor, same frame, everything's exactly the same, just a different brand name. This is the Shop Fox by Steelex. Both things are made by Woodstock International. Grizzly, made by Woodstock International. Shipped by Woodstock International. So that's that. Anyway, so that's this part of the video. I'll make another thing when I get through. So here's a couple more issues that I'm having. So the rabbiting table's already on there, and it says to install it here, but it came from the manufacturer installed. Also, this is a spiral helix cutter head. So this is for straight knives. I realize that the manual says that it's for both the straight knife cutter and the helix cutter head, but there's nothing in here about the helix cutter head. So, you know, it's all about straight knives, and then it goes into dust collection. There's nothing about the helix cutter head in the book. So that's kind of annoying because I know how to set the table and stuff with straight cutter heads, but I've never had one of these cutter heads here. So when I set the outfeed table, which knife do I go to? I mean, they're all in different spots. So, and it's a spiral, obviously. So I'm not sure how to do that. I guess I'll have to do some research. It would be nice if they included that in the manual, since it is a spiral cutter head jointer. But I guess that's too much to ask for. Alright, there she is, all set up, ready to go. Well, not all set up and not all ready. I still gotta calibrate the fence in the perfect square, get the 45s, stops all set and everything. I guess that's a good safety feature. It's pretty hard to push in. I know the jointer was really easy. It had the nice pedestal switch on there. You give it a tap. But this, you gotta twist it and stuff. And I guess all the new ones are like that though. It had some excessive vibration, so I think I need to adjust the belt just a smidgen. I mean, it was all lined up and stuff, just turning it by hand. But with it running, it vibrates a lot, so that's probably the belt, and it just needs to be slightly adjusted one way or the other. Other than that, it came with some really, seems like some decent quality push stops. We'll see how they work. See how long they last. Let's see. Do I have any other issues with it? I think I already mentioned this in the last piece that I had filmed. Is this guard doesn't have enough spring in it. If you don't really pull it all the way back and let it go, if you're just jointing a small board like this, it doesn't cover the blade all the way. So as you can see, so I think I'll be calling about that, because I don't know, there's no way to wind this, I don't think. This screw might be able to tension the spring more. I'll have to read more into the manual. But it was perfectly in spec when I got it. There's one little low spot right here, and I'm not going to mess with it because I couldn't even fit a 1/1000th of an inch feeler gauge underneath it. So that tells me that, you know, thousandth of an inch, it would be less than a thousandths, whatever. It'd be less than that because it wouldn't, the 1000 wouldn't fit under there. So the rest of it seemed all perfectly in spec. Very happy with it. Overall, seems like a great machine. Way quieter compared to my other 3-knife blades. One of the knives, though, let's see if we can see it here. One of the knives. Make sure the stop is on before I stick my finger in the blade. Unplug it. I know everyone's all safety fanatics out there. Let's get this spun here. Came from the factory like this, so I need to fix that. There you see one of the blades. One of the blades is out of whack. Came from the factory like that, so I'll turn that blade, get it in line. All right, one more thing. This this blade here that's out of place from all the rest of the blades, just that one. Even the other two spindles are you know, they follow the pattern, but that one looks like it's out of place. But I loosened it up and it's not. That's where it goes, so that's where I'm gonna leave it. All right, everybody, thanks for watching.